Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Airis. We last left off right before we headed into the dungeon with Aliya and all her friends, so we're at that point now in the game, and as promised I will make an extra long episode. And I've also learned to record videos in its original watermark and not just choose the default, which is 720p. Because right now I'm recording in 1360 by 768p, which is higher than 720, so it's better quality. So I've been actually recording in lower quality, and my apologies for that. But without further ado, let's load up where we last left off at. Whew, we have a long ways to go. Our footsteps slow to a halt in front of the entrance to the dungeon, and Kylan steps forward, throwing his arms up in the air. This is it, we're here. I haven't been here in so long, yet nothing has changed. Kylan continues to look around, an almost childlike expression of excitement written all over his face. Some of my anxiety fades away at his obvious eagerness, and my sympathy from earlier when I first heard about this injury comes rushing back. Whoever this person is, however strange he may seem, it's clear he used to be a vassal like us, and he shares the same love for adventuring and dungeon raiding that we do. Heck yeah, if I could do that in real life, I would. It sounds super cool to just plan a freaking game and stuff. Adventuring, raiding, awesome. Great, so this is a glorified escort mission. How long has this guy been retired again? Teddy? Just speaking the truth, we're all thinking it anyway. Next to me, Lyle hides a smirk at Teddy's blunt remarks, and I'm grateful that only Lyle, Airis, and I share the magic link to Teddy and are able to understand her words. Teddy, be nice! To be fair, Teddy isn't wrong. Kylan cocks his head at our exchange, his gaze flickering between Teddy and me with a curious, almost hungry glint in his eyes. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Unnerved by his intense stare, I gesture towards the open gate, clearing my throat. Shall we? Right. Yes, of course. I'll go first. The four of you stay behind me. Pfft, like I need your protecting. This kind of dungeon is a piece of cake for me. Before I can react, Teddy has darted forward and into the dungeon, and I can only let out an exasperated chuckle before running in after him. Oh, Teddy. Following the sound of Teddy's growls, we soon come into a relatively clear area, where a few abandoned minecarts still remain. Where did that bear go? I swear, Aliya, like, if you change your mind and want to sell her to a circus, I can help you. Incoming. My gaze flies to the opening of a tunnel just in time to see Teddy bounding towards us on all fours, leading what appears to be a pack of corrupted boars. Mother of souls! Seriously, Teddy? I can barely hear Teddy's mischievous laughter above the thundering of the boars as they approach. Airis and I shift into battle stance, lifting our weapons to prepare for combat. Next to me, Kylan slides his dagger out of its hiding place while Lyle mumbles quietly as they cast protective enhancements on us. So now, are we actually going to get to, like, do actions and stuff in battle in this game, or is it just us reading all the, like, stuff that the characters say? I'm curious. Lyle, get ready! On it. A second later, the first half of the pack of boars erupts into flames while fire continues to rain from the ceiling. Confused and enraged by the attack, they began to lose formation, staggering and bumping into each other. Uh-oh. Using the opening that Lyle's spell has given us, we charge towards the bear, slashing and deflecting blows with our swords. Teddy also joins the fight, swiping left and right with their paws, occasionally letting out cries of satisfaction when she manages to take down an enemy. Wow, look at Teddy. She looks so mad, like she wants to kill someone, and that's exactly what Teddy's doing. Teddy Betty. With adrenaline pumping through my veins and my deafening heartbeat pounding in my ear, I throw myself deeper into battle, barely feeling the pain when a boar manages to draw blood with its tusks. With Lyle, Avaria, and I chaining combination skills one after another, the enemies fall one by one, disappearing into a puff of smoke until there are only a handful of the toughest ones left. I'm so focused on the creature in front of me that I almost didn't notice a stray boar creeping up on Kylan, who's doubled over in the back, trying to catch his breath. Kylan, look out! I try to disentangle from my battle, but the boar refuses to give up, rewarding my distraction with a long, angry scratch down my leg. I stumble back in pain, and a quick glance around confirms that everyone else is also locked in battle, unable to go to Kylan's rescue. Kylan! Finally hearing my warning shout, he lifts his head and turns around just in time to see the boar about to launch an attack at him. I can only watch in horror as the boar begins to charge, and Kylan rolls nimbly to the side. Half-heartedly deflecting and avoiding attacks of the boar in front of me, I continue to watch with growing surprise and respect as Kylan almost casually sidesteps the boar's attacks one by one. In a swift movement, Kylan suddenly darts behind the boar, and with one stab, the creature returns to a puff of smoke, waiting to revive in a few hours when it gathers enough essence again. That's hilarious. This is actually a dungeon. It sounds like if creatures die, they're dead. That's funny. The boar I've been fighting collapsed to the ground with a squeal, and I look to the side to see Lyle casting a fireball in my direction, having finished taking care of the rest of the creatures in the room. Thanks, Lyle. Not like you to get distracted in battle. Brushing off the dirt on my armor, I gratefully hold out my leg as Lyle casts healing spells over my wounds. I thought Kylan was in trouble. Wanted to go to help. I can't talk today. Oh, guys, I can't talk today. I thought Kylan was in trouble. Wanted to go to him to help. It's a lot of twos. I'm fine. I might be retired, but I still remember a few things. I turn to look at Kylan, who looks slightly ruffled, but none the worse for wear. That was pretty impressive. Very clean fight. Kylan smiles, returning his dagger into its hiding place. I got lucky. The attack patterns of these boars are still the same. If they had changed, I wouldn't have been able to predict the moves, and I'd definitely be in trouble. Attack patterns? Kylan shrugs, a small smile still lingering on his lips. Everyone has an attack pattern, including the corrupted creatures. You just have to analyze it to know how to use it against them. That's smart, actually. Smart thinking. Good thinking. I said smart twice. Huh? Is that so? Despite not fully believing his words, since I don't think I've ever developed the pattern to my attacking moves, I can't help but nod in a newfound respect for him. Kylan must have been a good vassal. Pity he got injured and had to retire early. Airis could have used a strong soldier like him. Did you, get the ingredient you need from, the boar? Yes, just need a sample from the wolves next. He plucks out a peculiar, I can't say that word. Blah. He plucks out a peculiarly shaped glass bottle and swirls the red liquid in it around. I make a face at the blood, and Kylan laughs while pocketing the bottle again. You're a warrior, yet you have the reaction to a bit of blood in a bottle. It's blood in a bottle. That's very different. Don't, listen to her. She's squeamish. You should, see the way she squeezes her eyes shut and, turns the other way whenever, Lyle's tending to my wounds. That's not true. Huh, she's embarrassed. Oh, yeah? So you're tilting your body, as far away from Kylan right now, has absolutely nothing to do with the bottle of blood in his hands? Yes, definitely. Avaria rolls her eyes with a giggle, and even Kylan chortles to himself, much to my embarrassment. You're fooling no one, Aliya. The sound of someone clearing their throat interrupts us, and I look up to see Lyle tipping their head towards a different tunnel, having just finished healing Teddy's wounds. We should probably move on if we want to clear this dungeon before they revive. I don't want to deal with these again on our way out. Good point. Grinning in excitement, Avaria can hardly keep herself from bouncing on the balls of her feet, stroking her beloved weapon. I wouldn't mind. Lyle doesn't even bother to reply, merely shaking their head with a laugh and heading for the next tunnel. We continue going deeper and deeper into the mines, almost getting lost a couple of times thanks to the almost identical tunnels and rooms. Eventually, we decide to take a small break to replenish our energy and for Lyle to perform more healing spells on us, and we settle in a small corner of our room nibbling at our bread. Surprisingly, instead of the chatty Avaria, Lyle's the one who speaks up first. And perhaps even more surprisingly, their words are directed to Kylan out of all of us. So, Kylan, is it? Aliya said you're a retired vassal? Yes, shoulder injury. I can't really fight like I used to. Where do you come from? What do you mean? I know you aren't from around here. Where did you live before moving to this town? Realizing Lyle's intention to interrogate Kylan, I nudged him in the side, giving a discreet shake of my head, but he just gave me an innocent smile. I came from somewhere far away. You wouldn't have heard of it. Really? You should mention it anyway. I read a lot of ancient and foreign scrolls while studying magic, so I might have heard of it. Well, it's in a different language. He mumbles a word with an obscene amount of syllables, and I have to stifle a giggle at Lyle's expression. You're right, never heard of it. Yeah, I thought that'd be the case. Silence falls over us, somewhat awkward and uncomfortable, but after a minute, Lyle speaks again, a determined glint in his eyes. Why did you come here then, if your hometown is so far away? Kylan hesitates, and I quickly swallow the food in my mouth before returning to him in curiosity. I'd like to know too. Did you come here alone? Why would you make such an arduous journey to a faraway land on your own? Kylan meets my eyes for a brief moment before looking away. Well, I'm an innovator, you see. They call me a scientist. I believe in new ideas, new creations, and new theories. I wanted to explore the unknown, go further than anyone else has. I succeeded and ended up here. That's a good point, but why do I feel like he's not telling the truth? Well, maybe he is. Maybe I'm the one who's having trust issues. It's a game, guys. Fascinated, I lean in closer, propping my chin up on my hand. I pretend not to notice the way Lyle has narrowed their eyes in suspicion, staring at Kylan as though they can read his mind through sheer willpower alone. Mother of souls, that's incredible. Must have taken a lot of faith and determination. Did you, ever accidentally blow up a city with your new creations and, ended up here while on the run from, the authorities? Kylan chuckles at Avaria's remark, shaking his head. Oh, Avaria. Can be so funny sometimes. Nothing as exciting as that, unfortunately. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision. I just packed up everything and decided to leave. Surprised, I can't help but look at Kylan in a new light. Huh. I didn't expect him to be the spontaneous type. I guess I still have a lot to learn about him. Really? Avaria's lips curl into a mischievous smile, and she winks at me before replying to Kylan. Guess you're an impulsive idiot like Aliya, and here I thought you're the only one here with a brain. Hey! I toss my bag at Avaria, who catches it deftly with a laugh before turning back to Kylan with a smile. That sounds like quite an adventure. Did you leave anyone behind? Kylan hesitates again, but then gives a small shake of his head. I see. But do you still miss it, your homeland? Kylan pauses, his lower lip disappearing between his teeth, a surprisingly uncertain gesture from this usually self-assured man. Yes, I do. I want to go home one day. I'm actually working on a way to get back. Really? Why? Don't you like it here? And you said you didn't leave anyone behind, right? I don't know. It's my home. I see. Okay, I'm a bit confused now. I duck my head, suddenly recalling the homesickness I used to feel when I was a fresh recruit, despite knowing full well that I can never return to my village. Right, I can understand that. Sensing the change in my mood, Lyle hurriedly chimes in with a falsely positive tone, attempting to distract me from the turn my thoughts have taken. Well, I think it's a waste of time to dwell in the past. We've all given ourselves to the country to serve as vassals. We have nothing to lose. No one to lose, or else we wouldn't be accepted as a vassal in the first place. Well, accept yourselves. And your friends, maybe. We should look ahead to the bright future we have, not our past. Varys seems oblivious to what Lyle is doing and pipes up with her own remark, causing Lyle to glare at her in exasperation for not coming to their aid. I don't know, I haven't really thought about it, I guess. Alright, we've come upon another question. I know Lyle is just trying to cheer me up, but... So we could say, it's impossible to forget our past. I don't want to think about this. Maybe Lyle's right. Well, you gotta learn to forget about the past. There are people who believe in, even if you leave the past, you'll still always have it in your memory. But, the past is the past. Worry about the future is how I would think of it. So, I'd say we should go with, this is tough. This basically means, worry about the past. This basically means worry about the future. And this one's kind of in between, worry a bit about the past, a bit about the future. This is actually a pretty tough question. I don't know, personally, I would have a tough time choosing between the two, because I still remember, the past, but, I don't worry about it. And here, we can clearly see Aliya's worrying about everything, so... In that type of situation, we might want to go with the fact that maybe Lyle is right. There's no point thinking about the past. Exactly. All you can have in the back of your head, but don't think about it, unless you really need to. The past is the past. Even if I wanted to, I could never go back to my village. There is nothing left for me to return to. Yes, of course. Silence falls over us, and I duck my head, taking another bite from my sandwich. Without a word, Teddy inches closer to me and rests her paw on my lap. I grin at her silent attempt to confront me before scrambling to my feet with a smile, patting myself to get rid of the dust. Well, I'm done eating. Come on, we should go. No time to waste. I could feel Lyle's concerned stare burning into my back, and I slide them a reassuring look with a small shake of my head to dispel their worries. All right, let's go then. Yes, of course. I've almost got everything I need for the potions. Want me to lure the creatures to you again? No, for soul's sake, Teddy, you almost got us killed earlier. Oh my god. Oh my god. Teddy merely gives a growly chuckle before running off towards the nearest tunnel, completely ignoring my words. Teddy! If you don't get back here right now, I swear you'll get no honey for a week. Teddy! I can only chase after her with an exasperated laugh, both Kylan and Lyle following close behind. Oh, Teddy, where did you go? Stretching my arms above my head, I tip my face towards the sun, closing my eyes to bask in the warm, soothing sunlight. With any luck, Kylan should contact me today or tomorrow, telling me to go pick up the finished potion, which will hopefully ease my symptoms and reduce the frequency of the blackouts. Thanks to the newfound hope Kylan has given me, I'm in a good mood today, even humming under my breath as I make my way towards the guild hall to meet up with Avaria and Ridgery for our dungeon run. I wonder what loot we'll get today. I really need more gold. A sudden tap on my shoulder causes me to almost jump out of my skin, and I turn around with my hand over my heart to see Lyle standing in front of me, hands behind their back. Oh, hey. Don't hey me. Why haven't you been replying to my messages? I know you're busy because of exams, but it's not an excuse to ignore me. Huh? What are you talking about? What messages? Baffled, I can only blink my eyes at them in confusion. Lyle's gaze darts to the top of my head, and then their cheeks flush a bright red. Before I can react, Lyle scurries away without another word, all the while mumbling something under their breath to themselves. What in the world was that? Has Lyle been drinking this early in the morning? I stare after Lyle, shaking my head in bewilderment. That was really weird. That was. Part of me wants to chase after him to demand an explanation, but I have more urgent matter to tend to. With one last confused glance at Lyle's retreating back, I continue onwards to the guild hall, excited to begin the day with a trip to the dungeons. Good run today, Aliya. We should party again tomorrow. Those rewards were pretty good for a simple dungeon run. Definitely. If only quests like that would turn up every day. I slam my drink down, feeling the alcohol burn my throat as it trickles its way down to my stomach. You know what? Drinks on me tonight. I'm feeling rich after that quest reward. Varia barks out a laugh at my declaration before letting out a cheer, immediately heading to a counter to order more drinks. Someone's feeling generous tonight. Do I get free drinks too? Lyle slides into the seat where Varia was just occupying, and I grin at them, shouting a greeting. Lyle, there you are. I've been wondering where you've disappeared to. Just been around and about. My brows furrow at Lyle's vague answer and shifty eyes. This again? Right. Well, what was up with you this morning? This morning? Did you forget already? At Lyle's blank look, I rolled my eyes before explaining. You stopped me while I was on my way to the guild hall and started scolding me for not replying to your messages because I'm busy with exams. Something weird like that before you rushed off without a word. What message? What messages? What exams? I'm not a scholar, you know that. Were you drunk or something? What did you just say? What? What did you just say, Aliya? Can you repeat what you just told me? There's a strange sudden stillness in Lyle's body, as though all their muscles are tense in preparation for battle. Lyle repeats their question, their voice growing more and more urgent. Confused, I do as they requested, watching as Lyle's eyes widen before they try to school their face into a composed mask. Lyle, what's going on? No, it's nothing. I just misheard you, that's all. Narrowing my eyes, I fixate the most intimidating glare I can manage on Lyle. It's not nothing. You wouldn't have reacted like that to nothing. I think you owe me an explanation. I don't know what you're talking about. They look away, but not before I can see the telling glint in their eyes. Lyle's lying for sure. Lyle. Lyle stays quiet, their gaze lowered. The silence drags on, the tension so palpable that it's almost smothering. My frustration continues to grow, and it takes a great deal of effort for me to swallow my angry words, knowing it'd do nothing but make the situation worse. Am I interrupting? I glare at Lyle for a beat longer before lifting my gaze to greet Kylan. No, it's nothing. Just having a little chat with my best friend. Kylan raises an eyebrow at my icy tone, but he doesn't comment and just takes the seat next to mine. I heard you're giving free drinks tonight. You don't mind me taking you up on that offer, do you? Kylan flashes me a sunny smile and I chortle, shaking my head at him. The strange guy really is growing on me. Hey, I didn't offer you free drinks, just a Varia. Ouch, are we not comrades too? Alright, that's just messed up. I mean, he's creating the potion for Aliya, so I know Aliya's already hunted for the materials, but the fact that he's doing all this hard work and he's so far out of his way to help Aliya fighting all the dungeon monsters alone is nowhere near enough to accommodate for the amount that Kylan is giving in return. Like, his side of the bargain is much bigger. So, free drinks, I would give him free drinks. Nope, we only fought together once or twice. You don't deserve that title yet. Jeez, Aliya, I'm starting to kind of hate you a bit more and more every episode. That's harsh. I really am starting to hate her. Kylan bursts out laughing, shooting me a mock, wounded look. Then never mind. I suppose I won't tell you about my research progress and oh, dang, he's actually trying to bait her. All humor immediately drains away, and I lean forward, eager to hear Kylan's report. What is it? Did you find anything? Kylan shakes his head, an apologetic look on his face, then digs out a small bottle and slides it over to me. What's this? You finished the potion? Yes, drink it. A flash of humor crosses his face and he winks. I promise it's not going to kill you. Will it cure the problem? No, unfortunately not. At best, this will just lessen the frequency of your symptoms. I swirl the clear liquid in the bottle around, slightly hesitant to drink some unknown potion. It's not that I'm afraid Colin would poison me. I trust him. But what if Colin messes it up accidentally, or is mistaken as to the effect of the potion? I can't help but worry. Aliya, let me drink it. If it works, tell him to make you another. Lyle holds out their hand with an anxious glance at the bottle. Colin lets out a sigh, a small scowl on his face. Do you really think that I'd poison her? Alright, I'm starting to think that these guys have, Aliya and, Lyle have some, trust issues. Jeez. Honestly, you're really, at this point, you just went too far. You've crossed the line. You're essentially bullying Kylan after all this work he's doing for you guys. Even if in the end you're right and Kylan was trying to poison you guys, which I don't know if that's true or not, you still shouldn't worry too much. Like, you guys worry too much. Lyle doesn't speak, merely pressing their lips together tightly and gesturing for me to give them the potion. Oh, now Lyle wants to act like my best friend who has my best interests at heart. Shooting a defiant glance at Lyle, I pluck out the stopper of the bottle and down in one go. I've been expecting the potion to taste as sickening as some of the medicine I've been forced to take by the medics after a battle, but to my surprise, the liquid is completely tasteless and rolls down my throat easily. Aliya, damn it, why would... The rest of Lyle's words are drowned out by a sudden loud voice rising above the chatter in the guild hall, and we all whirl around to see a disheveled hunter leaning against the open doors, desperately yelling a warning. Alright, things just went from 0 to 100 real quick. I think I'm going to leave the episode here. I see that a lot of stuff's going downhill. So I'm going to, leave the episode here. If you guys would like to see more of this, let me know in the comment section. Give this a thumbs up. And, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!